Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Malik and we're back with another video. Have you ever wanted your pictures to look Instagram worthy like this, or this? This is the video for you. For today's video, I am going to talk about food photography and also show you my tips and tricks for you so you know how to take better pictures for your social media. Alright, now let's get started. Let me hear my theme song. If you want to join the Foster gang, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also hit that notification bell so you are notified when I post a new video. So really quick story time, one day I was home during, the pandemic. As you guys are aware, the pandemic of COVID-19. And speaking of COVID-19, I really hope that everybody who is watching this video stay safe, stay strong, stay home, and wash your hands. If you aren't stalking me on Instagram, why are you denying yourself happiness? I post so many crazy stuff on there. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. So yeah, I was home during the corona and I had actually did this order for my best friend's birthday and she loves Scooby-Doo, and I actually did this photo right here. I posted it on my Instagram and it blew up. Like, it was the most picture that I've ever had since 2020. Like, I had a lot of likes, a lot of comments, a lot of responses. Like, my insights was crazy. So due to that photo, I actually was like, a lot of people really don't know how to take good photos. So I was like, let me be nice and go ahead and post on my Instagram stories. And as you can see in my page, I have highlights where I actually posted a few of my tips and tricks. And a lot of you guys' responses to that was really y'all were so grateful for that. A lot of you guys didn't know about, information. So I was just like, you know what? I had a conversation with myself. I said, we should do a YouTube video and actually give more information, because we really didn't give a lot of information on Instagram. So actually make a whole more information, more detailed video for people out there. And I said, you know what, so you're right. These are basic tips that I use to show you how to elevate your photography tips for your social media. So this video is gonna be about everything about what I use for my photos, what kind of camera I use, how I edit my photos, everything from beginning to end is going to be strictly detailed, very informational for you to use. So make sure you get your notepad, get your pencil, and write down everything I'm about to tell you, because it's gonna be some juicy information, you heard? Oh my gosh, I actually love this shirt. I'd rather be baking. I feel like this is the perfect shirt during quarantine, because that's honestly where we all want to be. Okay, so I got this shirt. Shout out to you, Krista. It's from the Domestic Cookie. Her shop, she sells t-shirts that is for bakers like me, and she makes a whole lot of designs, linking in the description below. Now let's talk about what food photography is. Food photography is basically what it's meant to be, literally photography of food, basically photos of food. It is literally a career, you guys. You can actually make a huge amount of salary taking pictures of food. A lot of people take pictures for magazines, for cookbooks, for social media pages, for anything. It's just basically photos of food. Literally everybody who is a baker, we are already a food photographer. We might not be one professionally, but no worries, that's what this video is about, is to help you become more professional. Right? One thing that I always like to implement, because my mind is so creative and so unique, but one thing that I've always want you to keep in mind in this video is that we are the photographer and our food is the client, okay? Basically what I mean by that is when you go take your pictures or get your pictures done, when you used to get your graduation photos done, or when you get your school photos, or when you have your baby shower pictures, you get the gist. We are the client, they are the photographer. So when we're taking pictures of our food, always remember that the food is the client and we're the photographer. Okay, you see how my mind works? Now the first thing that I want to talk about is the camera. A lot of you guys ask me what kind of camera do I use for my photos on Instagram, what kind of camera do I use to record my videos, or what kind of camera do I use in general. I have two cameras. The first camera that I use is what I just purchased recently, maybe 3 months ago, and I have the Canon G7X Mark II. It's a wonderful camera that I've used. It's the best that I would probably say. I've used it so many times. I vlogged it at CookieCon, I vlogged it here, I did my cooking recipes with it. It is a great camera. It has great focus, mind you, the best focus, and that is what you want in a camera. The second camera that I use is what everybody literally has, okay? And it is your phone, okay? I have the iPhone 11 Max S. I think that's what it's called. I said that wrong. Hold up. I have the iPhone 11 Pro Max, but any iPhone works. If you have an Android, it will work too. As long as it has a good camera, you are good for life. A lot of times we like to look and think that we need other things, but no. Lesson number one, use what you have. And throughout this video, you would understand what I mean by that, to use what you have, because you don't need to spend a lot of money to get the best photos. It is a great investment. However, if you want to purchase cameras and lighting and all that stuff, that is for you. If that's what you want to do you, because guess what? I did it. I went and bought me a camera because that is something that I needed to record videos. But at the end of the day, if you want to ask me which one do I prefer my phone. I am not a professional photographer, but however, I am a professional perfectionist, because, you know, there are a lot of times that you want things to look a certain way, and photos is one of them for me, because I am a foodie. Comment down below if you take pictures of your food, like, everywhere you go. Like, I took pictures of my food when I go out to eat. I take pictures of my food when I finish bake them. Like, it doesn't matter order or not. I am obsessed with food that I will take pictures of them. And then I'm a perfectionist on top of that. So I want it to look so good. Now I'm going to quickly go over on the type of options that I use when I take my photos. I'm going to go based off of an iPhone, but if you have an Android or any other phone, you can probably follow along with me so you can figure out what I mean or how I'm going about with taking photos. I like to use for taking my photos on my camera, I like to use the regular photo option or the portrait. Portrait is a mode that can be used to create a depth effect on your client and make the background blurry. So let's say that I have a 2-tier cake and I go outside and there's a lot of, you know, stuff in the background. It's okay to keep that in the background, but you can use the portrait mode, and basically what it does, it expands the camera lens a little bit, so you have to back up, and it has like a little option on the bottom. So when you're in portrait mode, it turns yellow, and you can take the picture and you can see that the background kind of blurs a little bit, and the main focus is on your client. I like this option a lot when I'm outside, or when I'm, you know, I can have a nice little background that I really don't want it to be shown, or I kind of just want it to soften a little bit. That is when I use my portrait mode. But when I want everything to be shown, I use the regular photo option. Another tip that I use on the photo option of the phone, I actually try to change the shape a little bit. I'm not sure if this applies to other phones, but if it can, great. If not, don't worry. I changed mine to square because, you know, on Instagram, it's actually a square. So once I take my photo, I just already have it cropped, so I don't have to do any cropping. If you don't have this option on your camera, you could just take it regularly. Just make sure that your client is centered throughout the whole shape, and then you could just crop it later and it'll be fine. Now that we talked about the camera, let's talk about camera accessories. You can use different accessories to help you out with camera, especially like lighting, which we will talk about soon. But you can actually use a product that I use, which is basically this RCB Table D mount from Archive Mounts, wonderful company. I use this for my photos sometimes because, you know, a lot of times you don't want to be holding your phone. So this is actually an assistant for you to use. So you take your pictures, you can just hold it, get everything right, and it stays still and nice for you to take your pictures. Now that we got that out of the way, we can talk about one of the most important components in food photography, basically in photography in general, and that is called lighting. Lighting is one of the key factors in creating that perfect, successful photo. Therefore, it is a must to control and manipulate the light correctly in order to get the best quality, not only in your photo but in your client. Lighting is more important. Like lighting is all about lighting. There are two different types of lighting that I use when I take my photos. There is one that's called a natural lighting, and basically that is the best tool that you can use because guess what? It is free 99. But basically that's what you need. Just take a big huge window with direct sunlight coming out of, and make sure you take advantage of that. That is a free tool. And if you don't really have a window in your house, just basically go outside and take your photos. Work for you. I understand certain products because, you know, they can melt or anything can happen inside of or outside of the house. That can be a problem, but bring a fan outside if possible. But if you don't have a window that you are accessible to in your home or in your area, you can actually take your picture outside. That's actually another free way that you can use. Just bring your desk, put your product on top of your surface or your studio, and take your pictures there. And if you have to be quick, because I understand there's certain foods that can't last long outside, just do it as quick as you can. Or you could use one of these bad boys. This is basically a clip-on ring light. I use this all the time on my phone. It gives very bright light. I actually got this from Archive Mounts, one of my favorite companies. They produce this table mounts for your device, and they actually have a product where it comes with a ring light, or you can get it by itself. I have a code, link in the description below, so definitely check that out. But yeah, like I said, this is and this is like one of the things that I like to say, small things come in big packages, because guess what? Look how bright this is. Oh, look how bright that is. Nice and bright. I like that. It has 3 different motions. This is like the white bright light. This is the natural and white bright light. And this is the natural light. This actually has a natural light filter. It's the 3rd button before the last. And it actually is great. And this is my favorite. And I use this whenever I don't have access to Windows, or if it's nighttime. It's a wonderful tool to use. I actually even use it for my camera. I'm going to show you right now. So this is before, you know, even though I do have good lighting in my room. But watch when I put it on. This. Oh, I like that. But it's actually looking a little too bright for me, so I'm gonna switch to the natural one. And look at that. You can't tell me that I wasn't using this throughout the whole video, okay? Another lighting that I use a lot is called reflected sunlight. And basically that's using the same technique with the natural sunlight, but you're using a board basically called a white reflection board. It's really a circular, you know, board that has a reflection that you can use. Reflected sunlight is basically the natural sunlight that comes through and it's bouncing back, or in other words, reflecting back. And you're using it to soften the shadows of your client. So basically, you know, if you put your food in the light that's coming in and it's leaving this big old shadow, you're trying to use that reflective light to respond it back to the sunlight, so it's getting rid of that shadow. So you want to apply this by using a whiteboard. They normally sell these on Amazon where it's like white, silver, and gold. Normally, I know silver, it gives it more of a little special effect, and gold, I know it warms up the light that is bounced. You can go to Amazon and actually purchase that, or you can actually do what I did, and I went to my local cake supply store and I went and bought these cake boards. They have metallic ones and also white ones. You could actually use that to apply reflective lighting. If you don't have a cake board, you could actually use a cake box, a poster board, anything that is white and long and sturdy that you can use, that will work. What you do is you have your client and you have your natural lighting, and you know, you could grab a friend to do this, or you can do this yourself like I did. Take your board or your cake box and place it on the opposite side of the main light source, like your window, and basically you're just trying to angle it to the right position to apply the bounce to get rid of that shadow. The next thing I want to talk about is using your background. This is honestly my favorite part because you can be very creative with it. As you see on Instagram, or sometimes when you see in your food magazines or food photography, there is a lot of background ideas that you can use. And you can purchase this stuff from a photography supply store where they have backgrounds for you, and they can run you about maybe $70. If you don't want to, that is fine. That is why I'm here. I can help you out. Honestly, I would like to invest in that further down in my career, but I have ways where you can save your money, and again, using what you have to fake it till you make it, until you get to that point where you're ready to purchase those photography backgrounds that is made for photography. Before I show you those, I want to kind of give you a tip in where you are shopping. Always think about things that you can use for when you're taking photos. You can honestly use any background, and I'm gonna show you. The first thing that I have is these babies. Okay, this is basically cardstock paper that you get from your local craft supply store. You can get them from Michael's, you can get them from Hobby Lobby, Joann's. That's actually where I got these from. And there are so many designs, as you can see, backgrounds that you can use. They're basically 12 by 12 paper stock. And the reason why I have a lot is because, you know, Joann's, places like Joann's and Michael's, they have sales, right? And these are normally, they can run you about 79 cents to about $1.29, and most of the time they always on sale. I think the day that I got these, they were about 50% off or 60% off, and I went ahead and I was like, look, we finna, you know, splurge on this, okay? So I have a lot from, you know, dots, glitter, stripes, even cartoons, things for baby showers, weddings, birthdays. Like, they have a lot more, and this is a lot, and they have a lot. Like, trust me, like, I could go back and get some more. The thing about backgrounds, you guys, you know, I mean, like, I'm speaking from me. I like to have different backgrounds for different clients because I don't want to use the same background for the same client that just seems boring to me. No offense to the person who does. If that's your preference, that's you. It's just my personal preference to be fun with it and be creative and use different type of background for your client so you can match what you want to do. Another tip that you guys might not know, but you can actually swap Michael's and Joann's coupons at the same place. So if you're at Joann's Joann's, you can look up Michael's coupons and use it there. If you're at Michael's, you can use Joann's coupons and use it there. You can even combine the both, okay? If your store will allow it. But my store, they always, you know, use both of them, and I save a lot of money, okay? So that's another tip a lot of people really doesn't know. The one thing I don't like about this is that it is very small. Again, like I said, it's 12 by 12. It is enough space for you to put a few cookies, but what if you want to showcase more cookies than that? You really can't fit it on here. Like, there's a lot of pages that I know on Instagram that has a lot of cookies where you can post on it, but this is not, you know, the best bet for you. But I do got the solution to that. That solution is this, okay? This is what I call the best saving your money tip ever, and I give my thanks to Lily. Lily Love Cake, shout out to you. She's the one who posted in her stories about this. And what this is, basically, you guys, is this is laminate tile, okay? Yes, this is flooring, okay? You go to your local hardware store like Home Depot or Lowe's, and you go straight to the flooring department, and you want to get the laminate. Don't get the real one, get the one that bends, okay? And this is like amazing, because if you can imagine how many different tiles and textures you can get, like marble, stone, wood, anything, and it's laminate, like I said, and it's just like wonderful. And guess how much it costs? $1. Look how big it is, okay? This is actually what I use for my Scooby-Doo photo. It's just the best thing ever, okay? Like next time you go to Home Depot, go straight to the flooring, save you some money. They have a lot of options. The one store that I went to, the location I only like this one. I'm gonna have to try to go to another location and see if I can find more. But yeah, and you know, if the box is closed, you can get one. Like, it's all $1. Just open the box and get you one, and all you did is spend $1 for some good ass photos, okay? There are a lot of stores that you can get backdrops from, especially where you think about like seasonal items. Like, you can get anything from Walmart, Target, Home Goods, even the dollar store. I'm gonna even show you what I got from the dollar store. Actually, I didn't get it, my grandma got it, but still, like, these are from the dollar store, you guys. These are basically trays, and look at the patterns. Do you see the patterns? Each pattern is unique. It has its own little flair. You could use this for anything. I think I do have another one, and it's in red, and I use that for like barbecue. Like, every time I look at it, it's like a barbecue picnic or anything. And if I do anything like food-wise, I will put it on that tray. And guess how much they cost? $1. I did get this thing from Walmart. It was about $5. If you go to the arts and crafts section, it was like a brown, big old brown thing. I don't know. It's like a big old brown thing that you use. I think it's honestly for drinks. I'm not even sure what it's for, but it was in the arts and crafts section. I got them for about $10. I had gotten the smaller one for about $5. I think it's something that you hang on the wall, but I use it for my pictures. Honestly, just go to the arts and crafts section, see what you can find, be creative. Again, I want to go back to what I was saying about using what you have. You can literally use anything in your home as a background. You can use a cutting board. I have a marble cutting board. I have a wood cutting board. You can use your walls. If you have painted walls, you can use that color and hold the cookie up. You could even use outside. If you have stone or brick, I even go outside and use my brick sometimes. You could use the natural lighting of your home, like outside of your home, the natural background with trees or anything. You can use table covers. You can use your counter, you could use your hardwood flooring. I mean, don't put it exactly on your hardwood flooring, but there's so many options that you can have in your home that is like accessible to you. And again, $4.99, you can be creative. In addition to the backgrounds, you could even use props. When it comes to props, honestly, you could use anything that you put your mind through, like anything. The best thing to think about it is create a mood with props. Like, use props that works for your client, that correlate with your client. Like, use things that work with your theme, work with colors. Like, for Mardi Gras, you could use anything like for props, like beads, feathers, masks, and put it around your product and kind of correlate and figure out different ways that you can use. Again, create a mood with props. You can even use sprinkles to give it that party feel, especially like a birthday. Just take some sprinkles, sprinkle that all over your board or your background, and just put your client on top of it and use that magic, okay? You can be very creative with props. I did get a question about natural lighting on my Instagram about how if you do not have any accessible to natural lighting, let's say like if you worked all day and you got home and then, you know, the sun is already down, what can you do? Again, you could use that ring light that I say and just try to apply flash on your phone or your camera to give it that extra lighting. I feel like it will work really well. Sometimes you may not need it, but sometimes you would, depending on how dark it is. You can use your regular lighting inside your kitchen, plus the ring light lighting and the flash. And if you don't have the ring light, you could just use a regular flash and you can edit your photos, which I will talk about later on in this video. A big tip when you are taking your photos, try to take multiple photos of your client. And when I just say take multiple photos, don't just take your phone and just take, like, you know, the same, you know, pose. actually move around, take different angles, play around with it. Because think about it, when you take photos with a real photographer, they don't tell you, like, they don't take the same photo of you. They tell you to change your pose, move your face this way, do that. I mean, obviously you can't tell your food to move, so you are moving your camera and changing your angles. That is key, because when you take your photos, the photo that you might think you like, and when you are going through your posts, you're gonna see another photo that you didn't think was good, that's gonna be the bomb, and you're gonna be like, oh, wait a minute, this is the best photo, this is better than what I thought, and you can use that. So that is like a lesson that I've always learned every time I take my photos, because I've always think that the best photo is what I took, but when I go through my posts, I'm like, wait a minute, this is better than what I thought. Like, hold on. So make sure you listen to what I'm saying and take different angles. If you gotta go on top, go on top. If you gotta go down, take some angles. I've gotten on a chair when I have to get on top and make sure I got that photo that I need. Again, I'm a perfectionist, don't judge me. The next key thing that I do when I take my photos is I actually edit my photos. Now wait a minute, don't come for me in the comments. Hold on, calm down. Editing photos is not a bad thing. It's not lying, it's not cheating, it's not telling people like, you know, this food look better this way. Editing, it happens in real life. Edited photos takes place everywhere. Your favorite magazine has edited photos. Your favorite celebrity uses edited photos. It is everywhere, okay? So don't come for me. So why do people edit photos? People edit photos just basically for the simple thing called enhancement. You are just simply enhancing the already existing elements of a photograph, and you're just helping it stand out more, and you're also making the photo more pleasing, more balanced, and better quality. I'm not adding any new thing to the photo. I'm not changing anything on the photo. I'm just adding more cherries on top. Think about it. It's like if a chef is serving you, like we're chefs, we wouldn't serve anybody raw food. Okay, that's basically what it is. Our photos that we took from the studio are raw. So we are not going to serve raw food unless it's sushi. But we are not going to serve raw food. We're just going to enhance it and cook it up a little bit, saute it, you know, flip it, reverse it, bake it on 350, you know, for a few minutes. And then bam, we got the final product. That's basically what it is. It's nice, right? Photo editing doesn't necessarily make your photos perfect. The tools are available in order to enhance your photos to make them already a pretty picture stand out more and not look boring. Hey guys, so I'm over here editing a video, and I just want to come on here and clear up a few things about the photo editing stage. Now, I just want to let you guys know, like, even though in the video I'm making it seem like I'm you know, edit all my photos, that is not the case. I do not edit all of my photos. Sometimes I just post the raw photo as is, because the natural light could be, you know, the best that it is without me editing them. I just post it on there, but it's just me to help you, teaching you. If you don't like it and you want to enhance it even more, just download the photo editing app and just edit your photos. Not all the time you need to edit your photos, but most of the time I do, just to slightly enhance the smoothness and everything that needs to be on that photo. And the last tip that I can ever tell you guys on how to take better photos is do what I do. I stalk everybody. No, literally, I stalk them. I'm on their page 24/7. Well, really 23/7 because I got to sleep. I stalk their pages. I literally go on Instagram, I look up all their pages, and I study the type of photography that they take. They might not know what they really are doing, but their photos are awesome, and try to study and take that as reference and guide to, you know, focus on what angle they take it, how do they take it, what color background. If you really like the background, try to find a background that, you know, is that background or close to that background. If you like the type of lighting that they use, try to match that lighting. There are a lot of lessons that you could use on Instagram. Like if you use my page, you know, thank you very much. If you don't have anybody that you like, you can literally just look it up on Instagram, hashtag whatever it is, like hashtag cake. You can even hashtag food photography. There are a lot of options out there that you can use to stalk somebody, okay? That sounded a little weird, but it's not really, because I do stalk everybody and it doesn't seem that bad, okay? You're on the other side of your phone, you guys, okay? Calm down. Woo! That was a lot of information that I just gave out there. I felt like I talked too much. No, I didn't. I'm actually glad I was able to help you guys out, because, you know, growing up, I never really had my questions answered. You know, I've asked questions, but I haven't gotten them answered. Honestly, I didn't know who to ask, but I'm kind of glad that I could put this together for you guys to help you out. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I want to see those responses as well as the thumbs down if you didn't like it, because, you know, I do love my haters. I do love my haters. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you have any suggestions for future videos, comment down below and I will do my best to make it happen, okay? See ya later. Bye, guys.